Good afternoon, everybody. So, I want to give you the update. Yesterday evening was a bad sleeping day for sure. I got to bed at 6 a.m., so I woke up at 2 p.m., which is just degenerate and I don't want to be doing. However, my sleep schedule is still screwed up from having to drive all night to even get here. However, I just want to give you guys a few updates, cool stuff going on. So this is the timeline for today's vlog. You can see here, pretty cool stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that export started, but there's a few things on my computer that I wanna show you. So first and foremost is this app Rise that tracks my work throughout the entire day and kind of what I'm working on. And it's super good there. And then the next thing is actually in the Discord, I had somebody ask about the tracker that I fill out. So what I went ahead and did is I made a template here that pretty much has what I fill out every single day. So you can see I have, and I removed a lot of the weird ones that I do. I mean, there's still a lot of weird ones in here, but most of them. And this is every day what I kind of fill out in order to get my stuff done. And it's really weird being in front of this camera again because I went on like a little break from using the camera so much and all this stuff. However, that's what you see me filling out every day. That's the tracker that I use. And if I were to actually pull up mine, you'd be able to see everything that I'm talking about with this iteration. And I've been doing this for 2 years. So you can see I'm on my 9th iteration. I think honestly more than that because I change it so often. However, one thing that is pretty cool and puts things into perspective is I had a dream last night where my camera broke, and I just remembered it as I started talking. I was distraught. It was almost a nightmare when my camera broke. I thought my life was over. So, makes you a lot more grateful. Oh, honestly, that's scary because I was having a little bit of an off day and then having a dream where the thing that I was procrastinating, if it goes away, I literally am distraught. I lose everything. I'm in a terrible mind state. Makes you a lot more grateful for the cameras that you do have, and more so just the opportunity to build and grow my brand. I think that's what it really represented in my dream. So it's crazy. We're having nightmares about procrastination, which is a first for sure. Another little minor productivity hack that I have not spoke about often is a tab limiter. So you can see I have a maximum limit of tabs that I have open. I have that as 4. So if I were to try and open more than that, you can see I go boom and I try and open one more and it just won't work. So what that does is it keeps me focused and disciplined to only have things open that I need. And when I need to go on YouTube or do any kind of multi-tab action, I'll just do it in a private window. So yeah, those are just minor little productivity things that can give you a little edge. And if you want more of them, feel free to join the Discord. I want to do a better effort at sharing them in there alongside every other thing I come across. However, now I'm going to get this video uploaded and start doing some client work. Alright guys, so it is 4 a.m. and we're not fully back into the flow of the later day part of the vlogs. I didn't go for a run or anything, but feeling a lot better. Like I said, it's a process to get back into flow for sure. However, I think I'm making progress, and at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is that I just stay consistent with these videos and I just continue to show up every day, do what I can with what I've got, and I know that it's going to work out. That's something that I don't talk about a lot, but is definitely there, which is no matter how bad whatever happens to me is, I know it's going to work out. And I don't know. I'm not a proponent of sitting here and talking myself up. I mean, I try to do it as little as possible. I do have a belief that this is going to work, and I'm very convicted in it. It is just about overcoming these hurdles, and something that I severely underestimated was the size of the hurdle for me to learn and master video production. I thought I was approaching the end, and it turns out it wasn't even the midpoint. So I have no clue where I'm at in the process now. I have reached the point where I wanted to quit multiple times, but I'm just gonna relinquish any urgency to get this thing done, and then just kind of commit myself to being a student of the process here. And I think doing that is what's gonna make it possible for me to actually pull this thing off. So yeah, that is kind of just the update, and something that I want to talk about, which has been on my mind, is the power of self-talk and visualization. So I do my meditation every day. I've maintained that, been consistent about that. The one thing I haven't done as good of a job at is visualization, and being able to just vividly see exactly what you want in your mind and to live and behave as if you already have it. And when I do that, you can see the results play themselves out in the real world, and you get this gratitude for your current situation. So it's something that I want to make sure I do a better job of. And what my plan is right now at 4 a.m. on Wednesday morning, I've not slept, which this sleep schedule is not going to fix itself. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a power nap because I want to explain my logic. So I could go to bed for 2 hours, I could go to bed right now and I'd wake up at noon and nothing would change. That wouldn't help anybody. Now, if I stayed up, the quality of my work would be so low that I might as well have just went to bed anyways. And it's also not going to be enjoyable to have to stay up the entire night too. So that's not any fun. So what I am going to do is I want to sleep for around, I'm going to aim my alarm for around 6:30ish, and then I'm going to wake up again and use that little boost to rerun through my entire morning routine, even though it still feels early to me, and get my Wednesday started. And it's going to be awesome. Hopefully I do it. I'm going to, as soon as I turn off the camera, I'm gonna go back to like the it's gonna happen self-talk, but I hope that I do it. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, I wanna just start sharing everything better, because when I'm in these hard times, I find it so difficult to get in front of this camera and show you guys the crap. And maybe that's normal, but I want to keep pushing in the direction of just like making one of the coolest stories that I could imagine for myself, which is the reason why I do this series in the first place. And like sitting here at night, if you would have told me on day one of this series that I'd be able to go on this channel and just like scroll through just my life and have it here, like it's kind of crazy to think that my life ever since this video or something has been every single day on camera, or I think maybe like 1 or 2 days I miss, but I can see it, and it's just, I don't know, it's so cool. So definitely gives me gratitude. I'm kind of just yapping here, but I'm going to not take melatonin. I'm just going to do this nap method, and then hopefully I will see you guys to start day number 121. Holy fuck, I don't even know where the day's going at this point.